Welcome back. Stoney is here.
Yes.
Seat warm. Dan just left us. And your thoughts on the Red Wings 2020 vision?
First of all, what a great hockey game.
Fantastic game. Great second period.
That's the way the game is supposed to be played. Hitting up and down. It was great to watch.
So now they get a chance to go for number 21 this week. Dallas coming to town.
It's such a cool thing. Now, let's be honest, not to poo-poo it. Back in the days when the other teams did it, that they're tied with, it was harder because they had ties back then.
Right.
Now, because the Red Wings have won a few games in shootouts and things like that, but still, it's an amazing feat, and the fans should feel very proud because home ice advantage is very good, and it's back at the Joe Louis Arena, where for a while it hadn't been there, but that place was rocking tonight.
Last year they had struggles winning at home, and
yes,
I'm very impressed with how not only how McDonald's played, but how everybody around him has made him better too. I mean, I guess getting thrown into a streak like this, the pressure's on. He knows he has to step up.
Yeah, and he has for the most part. And there's one guy that Nicholas Kronwall, to me, is the most underrated player in all of Detroit sports. I just think, he has the big hits. He got one today, and it just goes unnoticed for the most part. And I just think he's turning into a great hockey player.
While we're talking Wings, Winter Classic is official. Any thoughts after Thursday's news conferences? I think it's going to be cool as heck. I think it's cool that Toronto is here as well because that pretty much guarantees a sellout. There may be more Leaf fans than Red Wing fans. The only thing I'm worried about is the sticker shock. I know what the pricing was last year in Philly and some of the other places where you had to buy tickets to some of the other events like the alumni game and the junior game that they're having here. It was a minor league game in Philly. If they're not going to make people do that, then I think it's okay. But the ticket prices, the NHL, it's going to be sky high. Don't blame the Red Wings. Don't blame the University of Michigan. This is the NHL event. So if the ticket prices are too high, that's who you blame. If nothing else, you can team up with some of your buddies. One guy goes to the alumni game. One guy goes to the actual Winter Classic. Flip a coin to see who gets what ticket.
And Steve Yzerman, please play.
Oh, wow. Wouldn't that be great to see him back? Incredible. Well, Stoney was flying back up from a little mini break today, and I don't know how much of the Michigan game you got a chance to see, but basically what we've got is Michigan half a game back of Michigan State and Ohio State, who put together a real clunker last night, but a huge win for the Spartans.
Well, first, Michigan, nice to see Tim Hardaway figured out how to shoot again. That's good. As far as the Spartans, I mean, to me, the biggest story from last night is Adrian Payne actually did something offensively.
Showed up. He was motivated.
That was great to see, but yeah, second half, I don't know. Look, the teams in the Big Ten, Michigan State, Ohio State, even Michigan, they can compete with most any team, mostly. But I'd rather watch, the Big East, ACC, those two, because the style of play is much more entertaining, put it that way. And it's mostly because of teams like Wisconsin.
All right, so you got Michigan sitting idle for a week, Ohio State next Sunday. Michigan State closes the year against Ohio State. You could be looking at a whole bunch of splits here, which basically sets yourself up for a shared title in the Big Ten regular season.
Right, and then they go for the Big Ten tournament, and Michigan and Michigan State obviously are going to be in the real dance, and we'll see what happens from there. I mean, they're just playing for seeding now.
Listen, going to take a little break from the world of sports because we were all struck this past week by the loss of Jeff Zaslow, a best-selling author and the husband of our friend Sherry Margolis over at Fox 2, and a lifelong friend of Stoney. I want to give you a chance to tell people about your friendship.
Yeah, we weren't like best friends, but we went same kindergarten, carpool. He was president of our student council. I was vice president because he kicked my butt in an election. You always knew that he was going to be the most successful one out of 638 students. He was the only one who had worse handwriting than I did, and he was just an all-around great guy, and condolences to Sherry and the three girls. And it's tough when you lose somebody you've known your whole life in the way that happened.
I only met him once. I met him at the Detroit Zoo, and I heard him address a crowd talking about his relationship with Randy Pausch, and it was remarkable how powerful he was in front of a microphone and how effervescent he was and how well-spoken he was, and he seemed to connect with everybody.
And everybody, when they meet him, after he speaks, he stays around. Everybody likes him, and it's too bad.
I'm really sorry for your loss.
Yes.
Sorry for the loss for Sherry as well. Strange transition to the Stonehead of the Week, but sometimes that happens.
Yes, it does. The Stonehead of the Week has to go to, this is probably the best-looking Stonehead we've ever had, right? Gisele Bundchen, Mrs. Tom Brady. You rip
his teammates for why they lost the Super Bowl. Come on, Giselle. This isn't a fashion show. This is the Super Bowl. You don't rip on your husband's teammates. And worse than that, you came up to him and said, you played the best game of your life? What game was she watching? It was okay, but it certainly wasn't his best game. Giselle, go back to Brazil. I don't know how to say stonehead in Portuguese, but you are a stonehead.
Don't go as far as sending her back to Brazil. We like having her around. Maybe just keep your mouth shut for a while. That's Mike Stone. You can hear him on 97.1 The Ticket tomorrow and all week, 6 to 10. He'll be with Jamie Samuelson, if I'm not mistaken, this week, with Bill out of town. Stick with us. More to come on The Update.